Okay, this screencast is going to explain I'll call it a minor change in the questionnaire assignment. Again, if I call it questionnaire assignment or survey assignment, two different ways of saying the same thing. The third assignment coming up, the last big assignment, is going to deal with you analyzing the data, making sense of what people said on your questionnaires. And as I was thinking about that, there's one part I wanted to try to simplify, and I'll explain that later on. But to do that, I wanted to make a small change to the current assignment, and the change will probably lead to less work, fewer questions for you on your questionnaire. Anyway, here's the updated set of slides that are up on Blackboard. So you have 6 people, and you can see that each person has a unique dependent variable. So these things here are the dependent variables. Those are the things that you really want to know stuff about. So 6 people, here are this is what I mean by unique variables. Unique in that this person does TV viewing, so no one else is looking at TV. This person does religion, no one else is doing religion. That kind of thing. So here are your topics. You narrow things down. It's common to begin with a broad topic, and these are broad topics. So let's say that the following 6 people develop the following 6 hypotheses. Here you go. Urban areas and GPA, sex, alcohol, and you can see on down here. So there are 6 hypotheses. But how many unique variables are there in these hypotheses? Well, there's 1, where you live, urban, rural, 2, GPA, 3, sex, 4, alcohol consumption, 5, church attendance, 6, age, 7, soap operas, 8, working out, and 9, sporting events. There are 12 total variables in these hypotheses, as you can tell. 6 times 2 is 12. But we have sex here, sex here, sex here, and sex here. So sex is mentioned 4 different times, and so we only count 1 of those. Hence, that's why there are the 9 unique variables. So 9 unique variables. Here you go. For your questionnaire, you have a question for each unique variable. 1 GPA question, 1 alcohol consumption question, 1 church attendance question, 1 watching soap operas question, 1 working out, 1 attending sporting events, 1 gender, 1 age, 1 urban rural residence. So the change is that I required you to have 10 different questions on your questionnaire. And if you didn't have 10, I asked that you do filler questions. That's what I'm doing away with. I don't see the need to do that. So there's no need for any filler questions. You're just making questions up that maybe have nothing to do with your hypothesis, but I just had required before a certain number of questions, and I wanted to change that. So you're only going to have questions on your questionnaire that deal with the variables in your hypotheses. So 9 questions will be on this questionnaire. Let's go back here. Let's say that all of these dealt with sex. Let's say that females have higher GPAs than males. Here, 3, 4. Number 4. Let's say that women watch more soap operas than men. So if those are your hypotheses, if every single hypothesis uses the same independent variable, then you have a total of 7 questions on your questionnaire, because you have all of the 6 unique dependent variables and you all use the same independent variable. If everyone has a unique independent variable, then there's 12. So in that case, it would be more work, but I've taught this class for 15 years, and I can't recall ever a time where each person had a unique independent variable. So 1 question per unique variable in your hypotheses. Make sure that all questions are measured at least 1 question at the nominal, 1 ordinal, 1 interval, and ratio level. That is further explained in the slides you'll see in this section as well. Now realize though that if for this, for this hypothesis here, number 1, you're dealing with where you live, urban, rural, but also students. So realize that if someone wants to study urban, rural, then everyone would have to, well, for the group as a whole, you need a similar amount of urban and rural residents, because you couldn't have, say, 2 urban and 58 rural. That just wouldn't make sense. You need a similar number. I'm already requiring you to do a similar number of men and women. That's a common comparison that is made in the social sciences. So regardless of your hypothesis, everyone will compare men to women at one point in the analysis. More on that in assignment 3. But realize that this person wanted to compare urban rural, you have to have a similar, I won't say equal, but a similar number of urban and rural residents. Can everyone in the group do that? If so, great. If not, person one has to think of a new hypothesis. Further, that first hypothesis dealt with students. So you would need everyone in the group to study students. If not everyone in the group can study students, then again, that person will have to come up with a new hypothesis. So just realize that when you study hypotheses, develop hypotheses and study people, since you're working in groups, everyone has to be able to do work for, say, everyone else involved. So even though your hypothesis might not deal with studying students, since someone else in your group is studying students, that means everyone in the group has to study students. So, and again, down here, I can't emphasize enough. Please read and reread all instructions. I'm enjoying hearing from a lot of you through emails and discussion board posts. The questions you have, the confusion that I'm seeing is not unique to this class being online. I see it the same when I do this face to face. I'll be glad meeting with you face to face. If you want to set an appointment, come talk to me, fine. But I have seen the confusion that I'm hearing from a lot of you, even in my face-to-face classes. It just takes time. This is a probably for most all of you, if not all of you, a new type of course, and that you've probably never done a survey like this before. And so, but again, keep contacting me. Let me know what questions you have, what issues, what it is that you want to know.